Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into Natas, a war game from the OverTheWire, designed to sharpen your web security skills. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's jump in and start hacking our way through Natas. The level I'm going to do will be level 15. And this level involves blind SQL injection. So blind SQL injection simply means the web application is vulnerable to SQL injection vulnerability. However, its HTTP responses do not contain the results of relevant SQL query. And of course, we need to use Python to automate this blind SQL injection process. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can copy the address of this level to begin with, and we can head over to Linux. Paste over here, press enter. We are required to supply the username and password. No problem, Natas 15. And we can copy its password from notebook. And paste in here, sign in. Don't save. So we are in the target application. So here, I think this page or this site is providing us with a function to check existence of username. For example, like admin, check existence. The user does not exist. So how about Natas 15? Check existence. This user doesn't exist either. Let's go back. So maybe we can check to see Natas 16. Check existence. Yeah, this user does exist. And as the previous level, we are provided source code. So we can right click or open link in the new tab. We only focus on the code in the middle of the web page or in the source code. So this is the PHP code. And in the header, this is the SQL statement for creating this table. The table name is users, and this user tables has two columns or fields, username and password. So I think, of course, our goal here is to retrieve the password for the next level, Natas 16. And then we'll check to see whether the request variable or array has the key username. If this condition is true, and then we'll use this function. This is a built-in PHP function. We'll connect to the database, which is running locally, and the username and also the password. Of course, the password has been censored. And then we'll select database. The database is Natas 15. And this line to construct query statement, select all. I think there are two columns in this table from users where username and we'll calculate different sections. So this one is our submitted username. As you know, the input, if you look at the input tag, this input tag, and this tag has a name attribute. Actually, this is the key of this request array. Okay, and if the key has the key debug, and then But I think it's not necessary. If you want, you can retrieve, you can get back the query statement. Okay, maybe for example, let me show you what I mean. So we can pass the parameter in the URL as query parameter debug to be what? So the debug just, I think we can pass anything, debug anything, press enter, but we didn't get back the query statement. Interesting. Query. So the debug exists. I think this should return the, because just if we can, if we can provide, or if we can pass this parameter as a key, we should get back the query, right? Query statement, but it didn't. It's okay. It's fine. Or maybe we can pass the user name, which does not exist. We can press and check existence. The user does not exist. I think it's fine. Next, we'll perform this query. If a result is not null, and then if the rows, number of the rows is greater than 0, and then we'll print out the user exists. Otherwise, we'll echo the user doesn't exist. So I think from the query statement, we can tell this application is vulnerable to SQL injection vulnerability. For example, we can put like or check existence. The user exists. Although, because why here? Because maybe I can copy this statement. But over here, let's analyze this statement. What I'm doing now is, maybe I can remove this one. It's not necessary. And to simplify this statement, what I'm doing now is a domain and the double quote. Of course, this part is not controlled by us. It's not inputted by user. And then I use this double quote to close up this double quote. Okay, and then we can all 1 equal 1 and double slashes and space. So what this means, or is logical operator. 1 equals 1 always would be true. So the entire condition would be true. Then we can, if the condition is true, and then because here we can get we can get this information, the user exists, okay? And then, however, although we can get the user exists, the response doesn't contain the actual information, the username and password, right? So this is how or why we need to use blind SQL injection. For example, we can now we know how we have already know that Natas 16 exists, right? Check existence, and we need to check. For example, we can use the fuzzy match. We need to check. We cannot use this way to get the password. We can use this way, and we can capitalize the keyword of the SQL statement. Password, this is the parameter name. password like, okay? And because, the password is by default the like or the fuzzy matching is case insensitive. However, we want to be case insensitive. We can use the operator binary. Maybe I can use the like binary. Okay, and we can put something like a and the percent. Percent in this like or fuzzy match means any number of anything. Okay, so now of course in the end we can use the double slash to come out the remaining anything. Okay, so let me check. For example, we can copy from here binary. So Natas 16 double quote and password like. So next week, what I'm doing, we can copy from here. And so we need to check whether A is in the password. Okay, if in means this part returns true, and then here not this one, Natas 16, because the main user doesn't exist, so we can copy this part and paste over here. So of course this part we have to know that it's true, and is the another logical operator. If this return true and also this part return true, and then the entire result would be true. Otherwise will return a false. So will not get anything, or the user doesn't exist, right? So now we need to check to see whether A is in the password. We can copy. We need to use the space in the end to check existence. So the user doesn't exist. So maybe we can try another. Here A means the starts from the A. Okay, so we need to make enough choice to get the correct one. Okay, also we can use the percent. It means that it doesn't matter the position of the A. If the A is in the password string, and then we'll return true. Okay, let me copy and run it again. So the user doesn't exist. So how about maybe, for example, like capital Q, check existence. This time returns true, or this user exists. And as you know, the password in this series consists of 32 characters. If you manually, if you manually try or test each character, this will be very, very time consuming, because I think we can copy, for example, the password for any level. We can copy. You can use the Python to get the, get its length, 32. So I think the Python can come into play for us. Okay, let me open up the PyCharm editor and right click on this folder, what we are working with, right? And we can use any name like Natas 15, and we can, let me show you a bit effective way. We can go back to the browser and right click your mouse and go to inspect and navigate to network tab and check existence. I've already demonstrated this technique many times. go to the first request and then copy the value as Q. And then you can go to this website and we can, so then automatically its corresponding Python code has been generated. We can copy to clipboard and then paste in here. And I'd like to import other modules, for example, from not module. This should be the class HTTP basic authentication. And also I'd like to, come out this line because I'd like to conduct basic authentication by ourselves. Okay, so how to do? Also, I'd like to import the built-in module string. This module can create the set of the characters. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to initialize the instance for this HTTP basic authentication class. We need to provide two arguments. The first one is the username, and then is password. So the password, we can copy it from notebook. Paste over here. So next, I'd like to create the set or characters set. So characters set and string digits. As we know, Natas, the password for Natas series only consists of lowercase character, uppercase characters, and also digits. The special characters are not included. Okay, so we can string attribute lowercase, string uppercase. Okay, so next we can define another variable, Natas 16 password. For now, we can set it to empty string. Now we can, as we know, the password consists of 32 characters. So in this case, we need to use nested loop, nested for loop. Let me show you. For I in range from 0 to 32. Of course, 32 is excluded. So next, we can we can get character from this set. So for char in char set, let me indent these two lines. Okay, here we need to do some modification. So I think this case, of course, should be Natas 16 because this user does exist. And then we can use formatted string. I think formatted string would be very, very helpful in this case. Otherwise, this payload or this payload would be difficult to visualize. We need to keep that in our head. Okay, our heads. Okay, so how to do? The first should be the double quotes. So this double quote will close up this. This will close up, not this one. Will close up this double quotes. Okay, so next, how to do? We can end. Of course, lowercase end is fine. And password. Password is this second column, this table, users table. Password like and binary. Okay, and we can use another double quotes, and we can specify the pattern because we want to conduct fuzzy matching. And a very, very important point, in this case, we cannot use this, 2, 2% a symbol. We can use the curly brace. Let me show you what I mean. Char, if you use the double percent, and this will be because this one doesn't care about the position of this pattern. So this will be very ambiguous. I'd like to tell you when I did the level earlier, even when this program cannot work, we should be more accurate in terms of position. So we can just remove the first percent. So I think for each time the character, for example, the first character in our case would be the 1, right? 1 digit. And then we put in over here. And so if one, or if the password starts from the 0, and then the entire result of this the logical operation would be true, and then we can get the response something like the user exists. Otherwise we'll get the error the user doesn't exist, right? So next we can, so that's also we need to pass the authentication argument basic. Okay, so if in response text, it means that this indeed the password or the string starts from this char. So we can Natas concatenate this char. Okay, and also for this position we do not need to continue, right? So we can use break out of this inner loop. Okay, so also we can print out this Natas. So I think also we need to get so we can Natas. Natas. We can input Natas 16 because we know this username exists. So we can copy this message in here. I think that's all we need to code. We can test our program. Oh, sorry, I forgot to use the // and space. This will come out anything, right? Make sure the SQL query can be executed properly. Otherwise, you will get some sort of error or the query error. Okay, so now let me save our code. Bring up the terminal window to run the program. Yeah, we got the first character for the password of the next level. This will iterate every characters in these collections. Yes, in this collection. And I'd like to emphasize again, in our case, we cannot use in serial %, can work, but from my practice, the %, cannot work very well. And I spent a bit long time to fix this issue. Okay, so let me, but this, I think there is something wrong. Let me fix the problem. Although we have already got the first character. I think it's not correct. We need to calculate this string. And so, for example, after we can get the first character H, and then we'll start the second iteration, the second position, and the inner loop will start from the 1, okay, and all the way to the end of this collection. Okay, so I think this time we can get our program executed properly. Let's run one more time. The H, the first character has been retrieved. So how about the second one? We successfully retrieve the second character, and this program will take a bit long time to finish. So I'm going to pause the video. All right, here we are. As you can see, we successfully retrieve the password for the next level. So I think the Python can help us a lot to conduct blind SQL injection, right? So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.